Okay. Hi. Bad lighting, whatever. So, I got a lot of weird comments about the SB 1070 law post. So I'm gonna just, knock them out one by one. Border Raven commented, "Don't ask what does an illegal look like. Ask what am I gonna do? What am I doing now to give a cop probable cause to get involved in my life?" And then posted two videos that I have not watched yet. Um, I just want to note that there are situations where cops are vindictive, where they are malicious. Some cops, not all cops, because I know some cops, not all of them. It's just like not all people are bad people, but there are bad people, or else, things wouldn't always happen. But I've been in situations where my friends and I have gotten pulled over for things that never happened. We've been pulled over for the smallest thing is as a license plate light being out, and them asking us to step out of the vehicle, and trying to search the car solely on the fact, most likely solely on the fact that A, we're young, and B, we were all of a race that was not white or Caucasian looking or whatever. And I know it sounds bad, and I know it sounds like I'm trying to victimize everyone, but I'm not, because it truly happens. It does. Racism still exists, and it pops its head in many, many forms. Whatever. I'm gonna watch that and then get back to you. Principal I don't Prince something. Thank you. I don't believe in law either. Um, Raoul Talbot 7 thinks I haven't read the law. Um, and so does Black Beauty 8989. And I personally don't. I don't feel it's right to have an opinion on something that you don't fully understand. So I have read the law thoroughly. Um, it's just the way I feel about the law. Um, Swimming with the sharks. The boogeyman doesn't scare me as much as injustice does. What you want? You asked me if I can bring this in. Okay, put it in his room. Thank you. It's my nephew. Okay, Black Beauty 8989. Um, I can't validate what you're saying about California's law. I just, but if it's anything like what I've experienced in dealing with police officers, by the way, I don't have a record. I don't have any inkling of a record. Like the worst thing I've ever done is ran away. Like that's all I've ever done in my life. And I was like 13, go through that like be sorry for me stage, whatever. But I if what's going on in Arizona is anything like what goes on in California with ethnic groups, then it's wrong. Because being pulled over, on the sole basis that they see four young Latinos, Asians, blacks, whatever, four young hip hopped out Caucasians, four young rocked out Caucasians, whatever, that pulling them over for that is wrong in any aspect. So, for you to say that, it's kind of like, moot point, but, I'll, whatever. Um, Also, we're not saying that being an illegal is right, because it is not right. Being an illegal means you have no constitutional rights in itself. What I'm saying, and what the protesters of this law, or I hope the protesters of this law are saying, that the way we're going about this is wrong. You know, we're not other countries, which makes us America. We don't, kill people because they've stuck into our country, and we don't berate people because they've stuck into our country, because we have boasted all of our country's existence on the fact that we are the most amazing country in the world. The American dream is what almost every person on this universe strives for. That's why everyone comes here. I don't know what should be done. And I will never say I know what should be done, because it is constitutionally wrong for them to be in America. and you have no rights. And it does make me upset when they have welfare and they have like all types of benefits that I can't get, and I'm a citizen. Like, I understand, but I also don't think it's right to just be like driving down the street and a cop says, I'll just follow them until they do something wrong. They freaking make a California rolling stop and bloop bloop, and next thing they know, they're deported because they have the wrong ID or they don't have their passport. Like, really? Just think about it in the grander perspective of I don't want them in America. Not saying that's where you're coming from, but Arizona is the kidnap state, which 86% are done by illegals. Again, please read the law. I have a feeling that you're a Republican, and that makes me a little sad.
Hey,
what?
Can I say something?
Sure.
I'm a Democrat, and I'm not a Republican, and I don't mind what they're doing in Arizona, to be real.
Okay. And I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue. Okay, they just think that I haven't read the law.
It's not. You have the law that they're enforcing is the one that's been on the books for 60 damn years. They haven't done anything to it. They haven't changed it. They're just actually starting to enforce it. And I don't have a problem with immigration, but come here legally. And second, and if you're not here legally, I don't mind you being here if you're going to put money back into the community that you live in here. 90% of the illegals that are here send their shit overseas, and we don't get any benefit from it. But yet we're paying for school, we're paying for medicine, and you can't get any of that shit. So, I'm just, from one who's here, I've been pulled over for driving by being black many a time. I don't mind that compared to that shit. It irks me every day that I gotta bust my ass, and you got motherfuckers on here on county that don't speak English and ain't trying to speak English. And we're the only country in the world that allows immigrants to come here and have our motherfucking rights. Period. No other country ever, anywhere else, does any of that.
So what do you feel we should do as a solution then?
And you know what? You should talk to my father-in-law. And he's a Mexican, and he don't give a damn about that law that they're enforcing in Arizona.
I mean, I understand that a lot of Mexican Americans are for the law because they feel wronged.
Because they've done it the right way.
Yeah, like Conroy, I understand. He feels wronged because he's done it the right way.
So you don't want to be a citizen? Get your green card. Get your naturalization card and work. But put money into the economy here. Keep the money flowing here. But they don't do that. More than half of the money that they make here, they send out of the country. That don't do us no good.
It's because they want to come for work visas and all that.
Well, if they come for work, granted, they do work that a lot of us don't want to do. I don't knock you coming here to work, but you invest here. You're here, invest here.
But I'm saying I'm talking about the law in application to Hispanics that are here legally.
No,
that are getting targeted because of it.
What? They're pulling them over. They're asking them and they're only doing it in Arizona. They're doing it in the drug corridor, where there's a huge problem with illegals crossing the border. I got a friend in the Phoenix PD who said his biggest problem is cars coming across in Nogales, and they're all illegal. That's why they do the stops. You got to come up with some kind of enforced illegal. You're not letting us put up the fence across the damn border. We're the only country in the world that don't have a boarded fence.
We're the only country in the world that doesn't have a national language.
That's true too. And every time we do try to get one, the quote unquote. I have no problem having a national language as English as a national language because that's what we started here. But the Civil Liberties Union, all the rest of that shit, it's unconstitutional. You're for fuck that. You came to our country, let's nationalize it.
All right.
Because if you go to Germany. And you go to what really irks me more than anything is that you can go to the DMV and take your motherfucking DMV driver's test in any fucking language you want. But all the motherfucking signs here are in English. So how are you going to take it in your fucking language and then all the signs are in English?
Well?
I hope so.
Yeah. With just enough time. Comments.